The New York Yankees are currently on pace to surpass the 1906 Cubs and the 2001 Mariners for most wins all time in a major league season. The question is, can they continue it? I'm Ben Wilson from VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. On Sunday night on the Run Line, I was joined by Adam Burke to discuss whether or not the Yankees could continue their ridiculous historic pace.
They're on pace to win 120 games. And anytime that you're on that kind of pace, especially this deep into the season, there are bound to be some things that, probably aren't going to line up a whole lot. One of them being they are 12-4 this season in games where they've scored 2 or 3 runs. So we're not talking about giving up 2 or 3 runs. We're talking about games where they've scored 2 or 3 runs. And going into Friday's games, the league record, including the Yankees, was 187 and 333 when scoring 2 or 3 runs in a game. So they've won a lot of 2-1, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2 types of games. Could that continue? Sure. Will it continue where they're winning 12 out of every 16? No, probably not. The second thing is that they were 14-4 in one-run games, and they will probably end up being one of the better teams in baseball in one-run games because they've got a good bullpen. Clay Holmes has been great. Michael King's been great. And also at some point, they should get, maybe Zach Britton towards the end of the year. They'll get Aroldis Chapman back. Jonathan Loaizaga should come back as well. Chad Green is out with Tommy John surgery. They will be one of the better teams in one-run games. But again, this record in terms of scoring 2 or 3 runs, big outlier. So, yeah, they're still going to be really good, but they're not going to run this good. They've had 5 starting pitchers make at least 11 starts. They've been very healthy in the starting rotation. Aaron Judge has not gotten hurt yet. Giancarlo Stanton did, but he wasn't gone all that long. They've remained pretty healthy as well with a couple of the key areas of that team. So, look, they're really good, but an 11-game lead over a team that's 38-28, there are some things there that are happening that aren't going to continue, and I think the Yankees will start losing some of these closer games and will start losing some of the lower scoring games.
And well, Nestor Cortes, he's been one guy that I know a lot of people have looked at as to say, great story, but can this really sustain itself? A guy who sure has a 1.94 ERA, 3.49 xFIP. Now, his BABIP's only 2.46. His expected ERA is only 2.35, and the barrel, the hard hit percentages are very, very good. So there are a lot of supporting numbers to say, what he's doing, sure, is a 1.94 ERA sustainable? No, it hardly is for anybody, but he still should be really, really solid. Where do you stand on that? Because there are some numbers that are in the analytics category that you could look at to either support or kind of go against the case of Cortes right now.
Yeah, look, I think one thing about Nestor Cortes is he's very quirky, right? He's got a bunch of different arm angles. He's hard to pick up if you see him once. As guys like that see teams for a 3rd, 4th, 5th time, something like that, I would expect at least the teams in his division to start faring a little bit better against him. And then second, of course, he's only thrown over 110 innings once in his professional career. So he's already well on his way to that this season. That's something that just generally, not even just looking at the Yankees, but just generally looking at these guys that are having really nice starts to the season, have they gone through the rigors of making 30 starts and throwing 170 innings, something like that? Because you would think their effectiveness would kind of wane a little bit as we get deeper into the season.
Check out the Run Line Sunday nights from 8 to 10 Eastern right here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.